This Atlantic Broadband Channel 10 sports presentation is brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, helping communities prosper and our youth succeed for over 100 years. With you every step of the way, First Columbia Bank and Trust with 14 branches to serve you. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization whose mission is quality of life in the Central Susquehanna Valley and achieving donors' intentions. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty Incorporated, serving Columbia, Montour, and Lower Luzerne counties and featuring award-winning agents ready to help you buy or sell your property. The 164th Annual Bloomsburg Fair. Gates open at 2 p.m. Preview Day, Friday, September 20th, and all tickets for the Wise Markets Grandstand shows are now available at bloomsburgfair.com. And by Atlantic Broadband, your television, internet, and phone provider for the greater Berwick, western Poconos, and portions of Schuylkill County. Stay connected with Atlantic Broadband. Welcome to Atlantic Broadband Channel 10's coverage of high school football. It's the fall football season upon us, and we are glad to be bringing you a number of games this season. And the first one is Berwick at Abington Heights. We'll get right to the rosters. Here is the Berwick area Bulldogs. New head coach this year in the name of Carmen DiFrancesco. Ryan Lawbaugh will be your starting quarterback, number 10. And we'll move on over here to the rest of the team. There's Carmen Francesco, the head coach. You'll notice the name of Bo Orlando, the new athletic director at Berwick, as well as an assistant coach for the Berwick area Bulldogs. And here come the Abington Heights Comets. Matt Show, number 4, will be your starting quarterback for the Comets. And the head coach is Joe Repsis. Does a great job with the Abington Heights Comet football team. They didn't have the best of season last year, but they promised to try and turn things around this year. Before we get started, we do want to take a moment and recognize there is a new head coach for Berwick. His name is Carmen DiFrancesco, and we got a chance to talk with him earlier this week and get a few thoughts about the 2019 Berwick Bulldogs. Coach, first of all, welcome to Berwick.
Well, thank you very much. It is surely a pleasure and exciting.
So far, your experience has been?
The experience has been wonderful. I suspected things would be great, so I get here, and the kids have been well schooled. They're fundamentally sound. The coaching staff is outstanding. Our kids love to play football, and as a football coach, that's exactly what you're looking for. It's a veteran team. It's an athletic team. It's a quick team, and we're expecting, and it should be very good defensively.
How is your coaching style different from, say, Curry or the Sheptock and those guys?
Well, you're not going to believe this, but I coached Frank Sheptock in high school. Diminick was my high school coach, and Jazz and George are clones, so I come from the same mold.
All right, let's take a look at the game. You're playing Abington Heights. What do we know and what do we think?
Abington Heights is a big physical team. What they did was they have an all-state tight end, which they moved to tackle. They've got some kids who run downhill well. They're aggressive. They like to throw screens and draws. We're concerned about that because we fly to the ball. We like to blitz, so we're going to have to watch that matchup. But Abington Heights is well coached. It's on the road. It's a long trip, but we're expecting to go up there and win the game.
And that's what people like to hear. They expect to win the game. Berwick at Abington Heights, about to get underway right here on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. The opening kickoff is about to take place, and we are underway with our 2019 high school football season on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. Good kick back to the 5-yard line. Run back to about the 28-yard line. And that was number 16, Dante Regigi. And now the teams will reset and get a 1st and 10. And again, the opening kickoff Taken in by number 16, Dante Ragigi. And a good takedown right there by number 21, Alejandro Lopez of Berwick. And you'll notice in the right-hand corner of your screen, that is the scoreboard. Sadly, the sun is hitting directly on that scoreboard, so we'll do the best we can with it, but it's going to be kind of hard to see, we're told, throughout the entire game. If it does let up, we'll have it up there for you anyway, but as of right now, we have a play stoppage. We're not sure why, but we're being told it's going to be a few minutes. So we will take a short break, let you hear from our sponsors for this year's 2019 season of high school sports right here on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big-time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure eight racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand, rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
And we are back. We had a timeout for something that was occurring off the field, but we are back to action now, and it is 1st and 10 for the Comets of Abington Heights. They're at their own 28-yard line. Matt Show, the quarterback, he will hand it off, and the Berwick defense giving him absolutely nothing, but a flag comes in at the very end there. Looks like Eric Montez in on that tackle, number 42 for Berwick. And it's a penalty against the Bulldogs. So a play that went for naught will garner some yardage here for the Comets of Abington Heights as we are just underway.
A 5-yard penalty. First down 5.
Take another look at it. Matt Show with the handoff. 5-yard penalty. It'll be remaining Abington Heights ball. They are now at the 32-yard line. It's 1st and 5 for the Comets. So look at Matt Show, the quarterback. In motion is Matt Listaskas. And now we got a whistle blow.
Timeout, Comets.
And they didn't like what they saw, so the Comets of Abington Heights will take another timeout. And what that will do will give us a chance to give you a better look at the Berwick area Bulldogs, who kind of rushed through the lineups at the beginning of the season. So here's a look at the 2019 Berwick area Bulldogs football team. Again, number 10, Ryan Lawbaugh, is your starting quarterback. Number 7, Tegan Wilk, figures into this season quite a bit. And the rest of your Berwick area Bulldogs, including head coach Carmen DiFrancesco, who's been around as a coach for a number of years. He was Coach Mark Carmel last year. He took them to a 9-3 season, took them to the playoffs. Overall, he's 152-97 in his career, and he replaces Frank Shepta. And we are back. 1st and 5 for the Comets. They'll pitch it out. Get the ball to Julian Blanco. Doesn't go for anything. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd down 5.
So if you heard the field announcer, it's a 2nd and 5 now. Again, it is to Michael Show, quarterback. And he gets that over to Julian Blanco. Doesn't go for much, so it's 2nd and 5 now. And Show will keep it himself. Work his way through traffic.
Shaw, the ball carrier.
Gets 2 or 3 yards on that one, up to the 36-yard line.
Stop for Berwick.
Won't be enough for the first down. Michael Show is the quarterback. I had the two names mixed up. My apologies. Number 10.
3rd down 2.
Here's another look at that. Tries to find a gap. Filled in quickly by the Berwick defense. 3rd and 2 coming up for the Comets. No score. We're just underway. There was some movement. No flag yet. And that one went to nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 4th down and about 3. And the Comets will bring out their kicking team.
No gain, loss of a yard on the play. 4th down 3.
And the Berwick Bulldogs will get the ball back for their first possession of this game.
Punt formation for the Comets.
And a bobble. And they get the kick away. And that's off the helmet. So it could be a costly mistake. We'll see if Berwick comes up with the ball. Abington says they've got it. Number 3, Tristan Burns comes with the ball as the punt went off the helmet of the Berwick receiver. Couldn't find it. And the Comets, quick on their feet, get down to it. And so they'll have a 1st and 10 at the Berwick 20-yard line. A bobbled snap. He does get the kick away, and as you can see, it'll come right off the fingertips and into the helmet of the Berwick receiver. He loses it, and it is then jumped on by Tristan Burns of Abington Heights, and it is now a 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Berwick. Show with the snap, looking to throw. Goes across the middle, a little bit off the mark and underthrown. Tended target there, Robbie Horvath. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Comets of Abington Heights. Again, Michael Show here, taking the snap, fix the handoff. Does a good job. Offensive line keeps Berwick at bay. Lots of time to throw. Just a little underneath. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Abington Heights Comet. Little bobble snap, quick handoff. Might have get 2 yards out of that one.
Laskauskas, the ball carrier.
Matt Laskauskas got a yard out of it. We'll bring up a 3rd and 9 at the Berwick 19-yard line as the Comets are trying to get on board here first. Little bobble with the snap. Quick handoff to Laskauskas. And the Berwick defense squeezes in, stops the play. 3rd and 9. And that one goes over the head. He'll have to fall on it. And we'll bring up a 4th down and long.
Now falls on the errant snap.
Back at the 37-yard line. So a promising situation for the Comets. Winds up with nothing. As the snap goes over the head of Michael Scho. He has to run back to it and just fall on it to keep the Berwick Bulldogs from picking it up and taking off. And so it looks as if they'll be back to punt from the Berwick 37-yard line. No score. Whistle blows, as you heard. And it's a delay of game. So looks like they purposely took the delay of game to back up a little bit, give the punter some room to work. And now it'll be a 4th down from the 42-yard line of Berwick, more towards midfield. And the kick is away. Berwick picks it up. They take it to the far side of the field, rounding the corner. And out of bounds, Tegan Wilk with a nice run back for Berwick. He brings the ball back to the 36-yard line, and that's where the Berwick offense will get to work. Their first offensive play of the game. Get another look at that. Tegan Wilk will pick that one up back at the 15-yard line. Put on some speed, turn the corner, make his way over the 30. Slows down for some traffic, over to 35, out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and it's now going to be 1st and 10 for the Berwick Bulldogs. Although we just heard there's a penalty against the Bulldogs. So instead of being at the 36-yard line, they will get the ball back at the 15-yard line, so a personal foul. Will be 1st and 10 for the Berwick Bulldogs from their own 15-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh, the starting quarterback for the Bulldogs. Eric Montez, slight motion. Lawbaugh takes the snap, hands it off, and they are met at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Good job by the Comet defense.
No gain, 2nd down 10.
Another look at that. Tries to find a gap, nothing there. 2nd and 10 for the Berwick Bulldogs. First quarter, no score. Ryan Lawbaugh, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. 2 men in the backfield. Quick handoff. Nope, a pitch out. And a little bobble, but a stop for a 1-yard loss. It'll bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Comets. So the Comet defense, or for the Bulldogs, the Comets defense doing a great job. Lawbaugh here with the fake. And he'll pitch it out. Looks like it is dropped, but it bounces right back up into the arms of the fullback, who gets met at the behind the line of scrimmage. So it's now a 3rd and 11 for Berwick here at the pit, as it is known, at Abington Heights on a sunny afternoon. Bulldogs going outside. Tegan Wilk trying to turn the corner, finding nothing. Going to have to back up, and he's going to get put way back. And the Abington Heights defense comes up big, drops the Bulldogs for a big loss back to their 8-yard line, and they're going to have to punt this one away. So not the smoothest of starts for the Bulldogs. The pitch out to Tegan Wilk. Straight arm. Defense read this one all the way. And eventually they catch Wilk in the backfield for a big loss. And so the Bulldogs will have to punt this one away. There's the kick. It's short. More of a line drive. Heading out towards midfield, and it goes out at the Abington 49-yard line. And that is where the Abington Heights Comets will get to work. While they get set up, we'll show you the Abington Heights Comets Football Club one more time. Again, we had to rush through that at the beginning of the game. So this is what they look like, their 2019 version. Michael Show, number 10, is the starting quarterback. Also got Julian Blanco, number 26, will be figure big. Robbie Horvath, number 2. Matt Letskauskas, number 6, also figuring big into the Comets offense. And we're back to action already. Fake. Good drive. From their own 49-yard line, they get back to the Berwick 45-yard line, so a 6-yard gain.
Wilk on the stop for the Bulldogs. Gain of 5, second down 5.
6-yard gain. Nice run by number 6, Matt Letkauskas. And that'll bring up a second down and 4 for the Comets of Abington Heights. Show with the handoff. Julian Blanco goes down quickly. Good job by the defense of Berwick. And again, we'll show you the rest of the Abington Heights Comets football team. And the head coach is Joe Repchis. And our thanks to Randy Hanyon, the athletic director at Abington Heights, for helping us get to the game and get set up. Nice facility. Glad to be here. There's a penalty marker. And it's unsportsmanlike against Berwick. And so the Comets had a 6-yard gain. And with that penalty, they will now get the ball moved all the way up to the 31-yard line of Berwick, and it'll be a 1st and 10. So 2 possessions for Abington Heights. 3 if you count the punt recovery. Michael Show at quarterback. He keeps it himself. And he's going to get maybe a yard on that play. Again, we apologize for the scoreboard. It's a direct sunlight into an old-style scoreboard here at Abington Heights. So it's kind of hard to see even for the fans. But we'll try to keep you up to date as what's going on. At the moment, there is no score. We're in the first quarter. There's a pitch out, actually. About a yard gain. And we've got a whistle blowing. We've got a young fan out on the field with the security guard hot in pursuit. And they're going to catch him. And young gentleman out there enjoying himself today with a good football club and a good football team. All is well with that. We'll remind you that copies of this game, as well as all sports for the last few seasons, available on DVD from Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. Just shoot us an email, dfarley@atlanticbb.com. You can call us, and we'll send you out a DVD order form, and then you can take it from there. Back to action. Michael Show at quarterback for the Colts. Takes the snap, being pressured. Gets the ball away. Connor Dempsey with the catch, but hit right away, I believe, by Ryan Lawbaugh.
Third down 9.
So it's a 3rd and 9. The screen pass is what Coach DeFrancesco said they have to watch for with the Colts. And here's an idea what they're talking about. They go back. Defense comes in. Pass gets away. Just a quick pass, mishandled. 3rd and 9 for the Abington Heights. First quarter action, Show to throw. Goes across the middle. Makes the catch. Number 14, Corey Perkins. And he winds up down at the 9-yard line. And that'll make it 1st and goal for Abington Heights. But Perkins is down a little bit. Berwick signaling they thought they took the ball away. So great play by Abington Heights. Michael Show back to throw. He is going to find Corey Perkins coming across the middle. A direct hit. And Perkins takes off with the ball across the 15. Hot pursuit. He is going to get taken down by number 9, Blaine Cleaver. And we have a man down, so we'll take a little break in the action. And we'll let you hear about some of the great stuff happening with Atlantic Broadband.
Against the Pacers, also where we welcome in Lisa Salters. I want to ask you, Lisa, Philly, I don't know what their approach is going to be tonight because this is a tough road test once again.
Yeah, Michelle. Well, think about this. The Sixers had...
What's that one, Dad?
That is Ursa Major.
Cool. Does Mom know we're up here?
Mom knows everything.
And we're back. Berwick at Abington Heights, the opening game for both teams. We're here at the pit at Abington Heights in Clarks Green, Pennsylvania, up above Scranton. It's a 1st and 10 for the Comets. Michael Show, wild snap being chased and tripped up by Ryan Lawbaugh. Quarterback takes down the quarterback for a slight loss. It was a 1st and 10 for the Comets here in the first quarter. Bit of a wild snap, a little bit out. Head uses the left arm to pull it down. Show takes off with the ball, but Ryan Lawbaugh coming up behind and uses the ankle tackle. Takes him down. And it's a 2-yard loss, so now it's a 1st and goal from the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal for the Colts. Or the Comets, I'm sorry. Show to throw. Looking. Man open. And they're going to say he made the catch. Great job by Chris Wickenheiser to catch the ball at the 1-yard line. He was falling and was able to catch the ball anyway. And that brings up another 1st and goal for the Abington Heights Comets. Nice job by Michael Show. Looking. Wickenheiser coming across by himself, slides, but still keeps the ball off of the ground, makes the catch at the 1-yard line, and it's a 1st and goal for the Comets. We'll see if Berwick defense can hold. 3 men in the backfield. There's a push and a goal line stand.
Shall the ball carrier.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down. Berwick defense holds. 2nd and goal.
No gain, 4th down.
And it is 4th down. My apologies on that. Trying to keep track of a lot of different things. Quarterback keeper tries to push it over. Nothing doing, but it's a 4th down and 1. They had a 1st and goal back at the 9-yard line, and then they were put back to a 2nd and goal from the 11. They made the catch at the 1-yard line. That was a 3rd and 1. And then they opted to go for it at 3rd and 1. Didn't make it, and now it's a 4th and 1 for the Comets of Abington Heights. A little break in the action. Again, I'll remind you again that you can get a DVD of this game. The DVDs are available. They're $25 each. Send us an email, dfarley@atlanticbb.com, or you can go to the Atlantic Broadband Facebook page and look for the information about today's game. And with that, there is a picture of our order forms. You can print that out, fill it out, mail in with your payment, and we'll get you to this game as soon as possible. Abington Heights facing a 4th and 1. We're in the first quarter. And again, the scoreboard's hard to read. It looks like we're probably about 49 seconds left in the first quarter. There is no score.
4th down and goal for the Comets.
The first quarter, Abington Heights has been able to take advantage of some mistakes by Berwick. And now they're hoping to take an early lead on a 4th and 1 situation. Michael Show, the quarterback, gathering everybody around. You got Mac Leskakis, number 6 in the backfield. Also Shane Hughes, number 21. And they hand it to Leskakis, and he is not going to get anywhere. Berwick will hold and they'll take over at their own 1-yard line. Berwick defense holds on a goal line stand. Facing a 4th and 1. It's a handoff to Letkowskis. And he is buried at the goal line. And it's going to be a 4th and 1 now for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Coach Carm DiFrancesco calls his boys over, so we'll take a moment while they get set for their next series from their own 1-yard. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Back again. It is Berwick at Abington Heights. First game of the season for both teams. So yeah, beautiful Saturday afternoon. A little bit of sunshine, a little bit of cloud. Berwick, it's a 1st and 10 from their own 1-yard after a goal line stand. They will take over. Here's Ryan Lawbaugh, second time today at the helm. He will keep it himself. Try to muscle his way forward for a little bit of breathing room. Gets up to the 5-yard line, so a 4-yard gain. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Ryan Lawbaugh right here. Quarterback keeper. Uses his front line to push his way up to the 5-yard line. So again, it'll be 2nd and 6 for Berwick. Clock continuing to run. Not a whole lot of time left here in the first quarter. No score. Abington Heights had a chance with their last possession. Couldn't get the ball across from the 1-yard line, and now Berwick has taken over. 2nd and 6. Lawbaugh. Hand off on a bobble, and he goes down. Picks up a half a yard or so. Gets tripped up. Went to hand it off. And that, of course, is the end of the first quarter. Take another look at that. Little misstep. He goes down. So it'll be a 3rd and 5 when we come back. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10. Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever. It's harness racing at its best, September 1st and 2nd at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. 2-year-olds race on Sunday the 1st, and 3-year-olds compete in Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Monday the 2nd. Open to the public with free admission and free parking. Food stands will be open, and there's entertainment Sunday by Shannon with Tom and Randy, and Monday, the Greenwood Valley Boys. Proceeds benefit the Bloomsburg Fair Scholarship Program. That's the best in harness racing, September 1st and 2nd, starting at 1 at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Gates open at 11. And that's coming up this Sunday and Monday, Labor Day weekend at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. It's a good time. Stop by if you're looking for something to do. You'll have a great one. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Ryan Lawbaugh at the helm. Ready to take the snap. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Got a hole. Gets out to about the 11-yard line. Might be enough for a Berwick first down. So a quarterback keeper.
The Wumbo on the stop for the Comets. It is 4th down.
And he's short, so it brings up a 4th. Lawbaugh here. Fakes the handoff, looks for that gap, finds one. Filled in quickly by the Comet defense. And he's brought down. And he's just a hair short, so it's going to be 4th and inches. And Sean Sheptock will be brought in to punt the ball away. And the whistle will blow.
Game against the Bulldogs.
And it's against Berwick. That'll back him up. And put Sheptock further back into the end zone to get the ball away. 4th down, punt coming from Berwick. Some mistakes. They do get the ball away. Short punt. Goes over the midfield, and they get away from it. And it is touched down there by number 65, Jake Lanning. And Abington Heights will take over from their own 42-yard line. As I said, a beautiful afternoon. Here in Clark's Green, the Clark Summit area. We're in the second quarter now. And the Comets hand it off. And a couple of yards for Matt Listakis.
Wilk on the stop. Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down, 7.
Nice job here by Michael Show. Takes the snap. Quick handoff to Laskaukis. It's a 2nd and 8 for the Comets. Second quarter, no score. Screen pass. It is caught, but quickly brought down by Berwick. Corey Perkins with the catch out at the 41-yard line.
Wayne Cleaver on the stop for Berwick.
Bring up a 3rd and 6 now.
3rd down, 6.
Good screen pass. Michael Show looking for Corey Perkins all the way. Who was able to get a couple more yards. Defense right there. Blaine Cleaver with the takedown. 3rd and 6 now for Abington Heights. Show to throw. Going for it all on this one. Going deep. And it's picked off. Berwick with an interception.
Intercepted by
Sean Sheptock getting the catch as they tried to air it out. The throw was a little underneath. Sheptock was there, and Berwick takes over. Michael Show looking.
Berwick 1st and 10 from the Comet 41.
Trying to make this one happen. Catch Berwick off guard, but Sean Sheptock is there. Takes the ball back across midfield and gets back down to the 42-yard line, and that's where Berwick will take over. So a big turn of events for the Berwick Bulldogs. And we'll see if they can turn this into points, and we get a timeout on the field. And that'll give us a moment to tell you a little bit more about Atlantic Broadband and their business services.
The O'Neill's a magical place. We are the launch pad of the American theater. When a piece is with us, it is going next to stages in Hollywood, stages on Broadway, stages in London. We need to be connected to the world. What we wanted with programming required better connectivity. Atlantic Broadband was there from day one. It is key to have a provider that is reliable and creates bespoke solutions for our unique way of doing business.
And we're back. Short timeout for one of the teams, and Berwick has the ball. 1st and 10 at the Abington Heights 41-yard line. This after a Sean Sheptock interception. back at about the 40-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looking to throw. Goes across, looks, and just out of reach of Sheptock. It'll bring up a second and 10. Idea was there. Maybe a possible misplaced throw. Lawbaugh with the throw. Had the distance. Sheptock trying to get over to it. Unable to. Brings up a second and 10. Second quarter, no score. Lawbaugh, quick handoff. Looking for some room to run. And getting it off to the races. And out of bounds, back about the 10-yard line. That is Blake Maurer. Berwick finally gets the running game going down about the 7-yard line. So a sizable gain for the Berwick Bulldogs as they try to finally get things going and get on the board here. Ryan Lawbaugh takes the snap, hands it off to Maurer. Avoids a tackle 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and works his way outside. Good block, and then he pours on the speed. Being chased there by number 21, Shane Hughes. Steps out of bounds right there at the 7-yard line. First and goal for the Berwick Bulldogs. Lawbaugh, and again a handoff. This one to Aiden Mason. Mason able to get 4 or 5 yards on that carry.
Second down goal from the Comet 3.
And you heard the announcer, 2nd and 3. Second and goal. Again, a handoff here to Aiden Mason. Gets the ball a little bit closer. Lawbaugh, this time to Eric Montez. Montez is through, and Berwick is on board first. A 3-yard run by Eric Montez, and the Berwick area Bulldogs take the lead in this game. And they'll set for the extra point. Brendan Hinkle will do the kicking for Berwick. Tegan Wilk holding. Kick is up. And it is good. It's a 7-0 game for Berwick. 3-yard run by Eric Montez. Keeps his feet churning. Works his way free and gets across the goal line. And Berwick is out in front. Here in the second quarter, you're watching Berwick at Abington Heights football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big-time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. And we're back. Berwick taking a 7-0 lead with about 8 minutes to go in the first half. And ready for the ensuing kickoff. This one's going to be taken back at about the 10-yard line. Comets bringing the ball back over to the 20. Running into the wall of traffic down about the 19-yard line.
DeRiggi on the return.
DeRiggi is credited with the return.
First and 10.
And one more look
29.
at the touchdown for Berwick. A handoff here from Lawbaugh to Eric Montez from the 3-yard line. Breaks a tackle and squeezes over the end zone. 7-0 Berwick. Michael Show and the Abington Heights Comets back to work. And breaking free is Julian Blanco off over midfield. Out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
Julian Blanco, the ball carrier.
Great job by the Comets, and they'll call a quick timeout. It's Michael Show handing off to Blanco, who runs into a player, bounces back outside, avoids a tackle there, goes over midfield, and finally out of bounds down around the 45-yard line, being chased by number 4, Sean Sheptock. Had a player down, so a great run. Worthy of another look. Back at the 28-yard line. And a great job by Julian Blanco to keep his whereabouts. Bounce off the tackle and the front line and make his way off for a big run over the midfield down at the 46-yard line of Berwick. It'll be 1st and 10. First and 10. Back to throw. Looking across the middle. And a catch. Number 14, Corey Perkins, coming up with a big catch down at the 17-yard line. And here come the Abington Heights Comets trying to answer the Berwick Bulldogs. A great throw by Michael Show. Plenty of time. Front line giving him room to work. He sets, fires downfield, finds Corey Perkins, who pulls it in for a big gain, and it's a 1st and 10. Berwick defense stepping up now, saying that's enough of that.
Blanco, the ball carrier.
That's number 55, Mike Zalutko.
Zalutko on the stop for the Bulldogs.
Taking him down, putting a stop to that.
Loss of 2, 2nd down 12.
2nd and 12 coming up. Second and 12 now. Michael Show. High snap. Screens it across, and it's a low throw.
Pass incomplete.
Trying to get that to to Matt Laskowskis. It is dropped. It'll bring up a 3rd and 12. So a good couple of plays by the Comets
3rd down 12.
to get down within scoring position. They're inside the 20. But Berwick defense stepping up since, trying to keep them at bay. It'll bring a 3rd and 11. Show is back in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Looking for somebody to throw it to. Goes for the corner. And it is over the head of Chris Wickenheiser. And that will bring up a 4th down.
It is 4th down.
We'll see if they go for it. They bring a kicker out. Michael Show looking, lots of time. Great job by the front line. Tries to get that out in front of Wickenheiser, just a little bit out of reach. And now they will go for 3 points. Jimmy Lefchak. And that one is kind of deflected and falls short. And so Berwick will take over at the Abington Heights at their own 19-yard line. Score remains 7-0. Berwick out in front. Another look at that, see if we can see if it was tipped at all. Might have been tipped coming in from the far side of the field there. So great job by the defense, and it will bring up a 1st and 10 for Berwick. We are in the second quarter.
10 for the 20.
Seven nothing to score. Berwick out in front. Law ball fakes. Screen. Montaz can't get a handle on it. We'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Lead intended for Montez.
Law ball with some time. Eric Montez trying to bring it in. Matt Listowskis in hot pursuit. 2nd and 10 back at the 20-yard line. Law ball in a shotgun. Takes the snap, looks again to his left, and tries to get that one over to number 84, Antonio Beretta. A little bit of a quick throw. Falls incomplete, and that brings up a 3rd and 10. We're in the second quarter. The scoreboard, can't do much about that. We can't really even see that here on the field. It's just the way the sun is hitting it at this time of the day. So as we get some time checks, we'll keep you up to date with what's happening. About 3-4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Lawbaugh takes the snap. Looking. Goes across. And they're going to say it was caught by Blake Moore at the 31-yard line. Good enough for a 1st down. Berwick moves the chains. Ryan Lawbaugh. Plenty of time. Good job by the front line of Berwick. Finds Blake Moore, who catches it as he falls, maintains possession. It's 1st and 10. And a quick handoff. And a great stop by the Abington Heights defense.
Michael Pusateri on the stop for the Comets.
Couple yard loss on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 12. Defense is all over that one. And number 59 for Abington Heights brings him down. Screen. Caught by Tegan Wilk. He falls back into the original line of scrimmage.
Charles pass for Lawball's pass complete to Wilk.
Another look. Ryan Lawball back. Tegan Wilk.
Gain of 3, 3rd down 10.
Looking all the way for it. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Brings up a 3rd and 10 now for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Lawball takes the snap, being chased, and it's picked off. And an ill-advised throw picked off by Will Stevens. And Abington Heights gets the ball in fine field position. Looks like the the 19-yard line. Lawball being pursued, trying to set up a screen. And he just kind of lofts it over the head. Maybe tipped right there, but it winds up in the hands of number 55, Will Stevens, who gets back to the 18-yard line. And here comes Abington Heights. 7-0 to score. Berwick on top. Quick pass is caught. Brought down inside the 10-yard line. A catch by Robbie Horvath. Was out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd down 2.
Comets getting set. Looking to tie this game up. Getting close to the end of the first half. Michael Show back in the shotgun from their 9-yard line. And Show will keep it himself, and he is shut down quickly by a couple of Berwick Bulldogs. Gets back to the 10-yard line, so about a yard and a half loss. This is the previous play. Michael Show with time to throw, looking out. Robbie Horvath out there by himself. He gets free, turns the corner, gets into the 9-yard line, being tackled there by Blaine Cleaver. But the last play, dropping it back a little bit. Michael Show back at the 15-yard line, takes the snap, rolls out, looks across, and tries to get that to Horvath. Flag flies. And it's against Berwick. As you heard, it's an ineligible man downfield, so that will help. Actually, it was against Abington Heights.
5-yard penalty.
5 yards backs them up a little bit. So they had somebody downfield that shouldn't have been. Good throw by Michael Show. A little bit short, maybe. Robbie Horvath can't get a handle on it. Backs the Comets up just a little bit to the 15-yard line as they try to even up the score. Show looking, under pressure, gets the throw away. It's caught. And a great job by Corey Perkins. Makes the catch. Is brought down out of bounds at the 2-yard line. And that should bring up a 1st and goal for Abington Heights as they try to get on board here late in the first half. Show with the throw. Caught by Corey Perkins. He is being chased by a couple of Bulldogs, finally brought down, but not before he gets to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the Comets. Quick handoff. And they will bring him back. Hold him up. Julian Blanco, the carrier. Maybe loses a yard on that particular play.
2nd down goal.
Julian Blanco trying to get going. Caught there by Gage Bortz. Brought down. Caught. Foot comes down, and it's a touchdown. Abington Heights coming down with the ball in the very back of the end zone. Corey Perkins, and it's a 7-6 ball game. And we're almost all tied up. Well-designed play. Michael Show over center. Looking. It's Corey Perkins. And he is going to reach over the head of Sean Sheptock and come down with the ball in the end zone. And it's 6 points. Zach Boersma with the extra point. And that one's going to go left. Might have been deflected. And so Berwick is still going to maintain a 1-point lead. But the Comets coming alive here late in the first half. Good catch by Corey Perkins. Knows right where he is on the field, comes down with the ball, foot, drops in, and it's a touchdown. Abington Heights. The score is now Berwick 7, Abington Heights 6. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
Can't believe it's almost fair time to take a look at the pit here at Abington Heights. The Comets just inching themselves closer to the Berwick Bulldogs with about 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. The score is now Berwick 7, Abington Heights 6. The extra point was no good, and they're about to kick it off. Comes the ensuing kickoff. Again, 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And a solid run back by the Bulldogs. That is Aiden Mason. And he will get the ball up to about the 40-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will take over. One more look at the Abington Heights score. Well-placed ball. And a great catch by Corey Perkins. Comes down with it in the end zone. It's 7-6. Lawbaugh fakes the handoff, keeps it himself.
Lawbaugh, the ball carrier.
Gets across the 40, gets about 3 yards on the carry.
Stop for the Comets.
Go back and take another look at the run back by Berwick. Aiden Mason here, working through some traffic. Bulldozing his way up for a few extra yards. And now we got Ryan Lawbaugh. Back to throw. Makes the catch. Out the midfield. Stays in bounds. Caught there by Sean Sheptock. Cross midfield. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the Berwick 45-yard line. Clock is continuing to run. Another fake. Lawbaugh keeps it himself. Takes off with the ball. Another good run.
Horvath on the stop.
Take a look at that screen. Good catch by Sean Sheptock at the 49-yard line. Turns it upfield. Finally brought down at the 45. Less than a minute to play in the first half. Berwick on the move. Brought down.
Mauer, the ball carrier.
Blake Mauer gets out close to first down territory, and the referee does say first down.
First down at the 34.
Blake Mauer taking the ball. Looking for a little running room. Actually, that was Ryan Lawbaugh before. Now there's a timeout called.
Timeout, Berwick.
And there's a look at Coach DeFrancesco in the headset right there on the right of your screen. New head coach for Berwick this year. longtime coach in the area. And Carmen DiFrancesco has coached at Mount Carmel, Danville over the years, Shamokin, a number of other places as well. So he's well versed in high school football and a very well-known football coach and well-respected football coach as well. He told us, and he's told several people this, that back in the early 2000s when George Curry left Berwick, he was up for the job, and at the last minute he decided to pull out, that he just didn't want to come in at that point. But here, some 13 years later, he is at the helm in Berwick. Took Mount Carmel to the playoffs last year. They had a 9-3 season. As did Berwick under former coach Frank Sheptock. Sean Sheptock, who you've heard that name, that's a relative. Law ball to throw, looking, goes downfield, and it is caught. Tegan Wilk with a big catch. Down at the 5-yard line. Take another look at that. Ryan Lawball here. Coming back from a timeout. They draw up this play. Ryan Lawball with the pump fake. Lets it fly to Tegan Wilk. And Wilk is able to come down with it right there, even though he's well guarded. And they're going to say he was down at the 5-yard line. Berwick has some timeouts to burn. There are just seconds on the clock. I know we can't read it there, so it looks like there's maybe 18 seconds left. Berwick in the lead by 1 point here, 7-6, getting close to the end of the first half. And Berwick would like to get one more as we take a look at the Berwick cheerleaders on the other side of the field, the pit, as it's known here at Abington Heights. And a good crowd as well. There's the Berwick Area High School Marching Band. They'll take the field at halftime. And we will try and take a listen to them and the Abington Heights Band as well. We recorded prior to the start of the game. So we'll remind you that, again, you are watching Berwick at Abington Heights High School football. We just have seconds left on the clock. Berwick is at the 5-yard line, hoping to extend their lead going into the half. 1st and 10. Ryan Lawbaugh takes the snap. Quick throw. And it is dropped. So a quick throw by Berwick. Doesn't work. It does stop the clock. Ball remains at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, 2nd and goal for the Bulldogs. With just a few seconds left to go in the second quarter. Here's Ryan Lawball again. Takes it, hands it off. Close. And they're going to say he is down just shy. Time is running out. And that is where the first half will come to an end. So Berwick nearly pulling off the last second touchdown. It is Ryan Lawbaugh handing the ball off to number 16, Aiden Mason. Mason working his way in, turning those feet, and he falls just shy of the goal line. Berwick thought they had it. Referees say no, he was inches shy, and that will be where the clock winds down and the first half comes to an end. And the score is Berwick 7, Abington Heights 6. We will come back with some first half highlights and a listen to the high school bands as well. So stay with us. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow. every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever. It's harness racing at its best, September 1st and 2nd at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. 2-year-olds race on Sunday the 1st, and 3-year-olds compete in Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Monday the 2nd. Open to the public with free admission and free parking. Food stands will be open, and there's entertainment Sunday by Shannon with Tom and Randy, and Monday, the Greenwood Valley Boys. Proceeds benefit the Bloomsburg Fair Scholarship Program. That's the best in harness racing, September 1st and 2nd, starting at 1 at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Gates open at 11. All right,
get ready for the 160.
All right, welcome back to high school football. Berwick at Abington Heights, while the Berwick High School Marching Band is setting up. This will give us a chance to go back and take a look at some of the highlights. Nothing doing in the first quarter, but in the second quarter, both teams kind of coming alive here. Abington Heights with the big throw from Michael Show. This one is picked off by Sean Sheptock, who brings it back over midfield, close to the 40-yard line. Berwick then on the move with a nice run by here. Lawbaugh will hand it off. I believe this is Blake Maurer, who's looking for some room to run. He takes off out the outside, over the 20, the 15, the 10, and finally steps out of bounds at the 7-yard line. And then Berwick, from their own 3, they will hand this off to Eric Montez. Montez bounces his way through a few tackles and winds up in the end zone. The extra point is good. It's a 7-6 game. Berwick on top. Abington Heights coming alive at this point. Michael Show with a handoff to Julian Blanco, who bounces off one tackle, avoids another, makes his way across midfield, finally brought out of bounds by Sean Sheptock at about the 45-yard line. Abington Heights again. Back to throw from the 46-yard line of Berwick. Michael Show letting it fly. And coming up with the catch is Corey Perkins, number 14, down around the 15-yard line. They get backed up a little bit. Wind up having to pass. Berwick gets the ball back, but here's an ill-advised throw by Ryan Lawbaugh. Tries to get it over the head. It winds up in the hands of number 55, Will Stevens. It's an interception for Abington Heights. They get the ball right back, and they use that to their advantage as number 10, Michael Show, goes back to throw. He's going to find Robbie Horvath, who gets down to the 9-yard line. Another good catch. Michael Show with time gets this one over again to Corey Perkins, who gets over to the 2-yard line. And And then finally, Abington Heights gets on board from the 3-yard line. It's a little toss to the back of the end zone. Corey Perkins goes up for it, comes down with it in the end zone, and it's a 7-6 game as the extra point was no good. On the field right now are the Berwick area Bulldogs and their marching band, so we're going to take a short listen to them. Again, this is the Berwick area Bulldogs marching band performing here at halftime of the game. We'll take another listen. Some nice formations by the Berwick area marching band. Prior to the start of the game, the Abington Heights marching band was on the field. Here's a look at what they were performing. The Abington Heights marching band, and I gotta tell you, if you haven't ever tried marching in formation and playing and all that stuff in those big heavy suits they have to wear, you don't know what you're talking about. It's some serious work. Anyway, some good job by the marching bands, and we appreciate their performances. We have got halftime about to come to a close. We'll be back with the second half of Berwick at Abington Heights. After this, you are watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure-8 racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
Against the Pacers, also where we welcome in Lisa Salters. I want to ask you, Lisa, Philly, I don't know what their approach is going to be tonight because this is a tough road test once again.
Yeah, Michelle. Well, think about this. The Sixers had...
What's that one, Dad?
That is Ursa Major.
Cool. Does Mom know we're up here?
Mom knows everything.
And we're back, and look at that Toy Story cloud sky that we got in the background. Beautiful afternoon for football here at Abington Heights. We're at the pit at Abington Heights, about to get underway with the second half of football. We ended this one in fine fashion. Berwick nearly coming up with a extra score at the end of the first half, but getting stopped at the goal line by Abington Heights, and we are underway with a 7-6 score. Third quarter action, a bobble by Berwick. And Aiden Mason will just take a knee at the 10-yard line. That's where the Berwick Bulldogs will get started. So the Bulldogs will get the ball way back at their own 10-yard line.
Berwick starts first and 10 from their own 11.
Good kick by the Comets. And it is Aiden Mason. Can't get a handle on it. Just has to basically at this point turn around and take a knee at the 10-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will get to work. They lead 7-6 in this game. Abington Heights couldn't connect on their extra point, and that's the 1-point difference so far. Ryan Lawbaugh at quarterback, third quarter underway, and a handoff. I believe that's Montez who gets back another 10 yards.
Wilk, the ball carrier.
Goes to the right side of the field.
Gain of 11 and a Bulldog first
And again,
down.
11-yard gain as you heard. Good fake. And a handoff. And stays on his feet, gets out to the 21-yard line. And that's where the Berwick Bulldogs will have a 1st and 10. Get another handoff. They'll keep it on the ground. Working so far.
Mason,
They
the
get
ball
another
carrier.
4 yards. Aiden Mason with the run. This one right up the middle.
Gain of 4, second down 6.
So we'll see how these teams have adjusted after halftime. And get another handoff. And a nice run by number 7, Tegan Wilk. Enough to move the chains. It'll be a 1st and 10 for the Berwick Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs come out running the ball.
First down, Berwick at the 33.
Coach Carmen DiFrancesco, his first year as head coach here at Berwick. Making some adjustments at halftime. Tegan Wilk, known as a wide receiver, but he's good pretty much wherever he wants to play. He's already committed to college in North Carolina. And a bobble. Berwick looks like they got to it first.
Fumble on the play.
And a good job there. Heads up play by Ryan Lawbaugh to just jump on that ball on a 1st and 10.
Loss of 2 on the play, second down 12.
Handoff to Aiden Mason right here. Just never quite gets a handle on it. And Lawbaugh wisely jumps on it. So they'll lose a yard or 2 on that play, but still second down for Berwick. We're here early in the third quarter. Ryan Lawball, the quarterback for the Bulldogs. Handoff. And a quick bring down of Tegan Wilk by number 59, Michael Gusateri.
Also 2 on the play, 3rd down, 14.
As you heard, 3rd down coming up, 3rd and long. And a great job by the defense to get in there and get that ball. 3rd and long. Law ball to throw, goes across the middle, makes the connection. Not going to be enough for a first down. You get the ball to Sean Sheptock up to about the 38-yard line, but it'll be 4th, and the Bulldogs will have to punt. So the defense for both of these teams has been coming up pretty solid. A goal line stand by Abington Heights at the end of the second quarter to keep Berwick out of the end zone. Dropped the runner about an inch shy of the end zone as time ran out. So Berwick got stuffed. The score is still 7-6, and they are going to have to punt here in the third quarter. Kick is away. Going to go over the head, and they're going to have to fall on it. Julian Blanco will sit on the ball back at about the 21-yard line, and that's where the Comets of Abington Heights will get back to work. We're actually the 16-yard line, maybe the 17, just looking to see where they spot it. 17-yard line, they say. We'll remind you, if you want a copy of this game on DVD, they're available. Email us at dfarley@atlanticbb.com or go to our Atlantic Broadband Facebook page and look for today's game in there. And there will also be an order form that you can print out, fill out, and mail in, and we can get you this game usually within a couple of days of receiving your order. DVD is available of all of these games this season and previous seasons as well here on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. Back to work for the Comets. Show to throw, screens it out. And Corey Perkins kind of lost track of where he was on the field. He broke free of the tackle, was in bounds, and by the time he gained his whereabouts, he had already stepped out of bounds. You saw him put his hand to his head like, I can't believe I did that, but it's okay. 2-yard gain. Michael Show here to number 14, Corey Perkins. Catches it at the 22-yard line, gets spun around by Peyton Williams, stays on his feet, avoids a tackle, but winds up stepping out of bounds there. And we've got movement by Abington Heights, so that'll move them back 5. And now they'll have the ball at the 9-yard line. Again, 7-6 is the score. Some clouds moving in over the pit here in Abington Heights. Not that it was hot to begin with, but it's welcome. We can see the scoreboard a little bit right now. And Show is going to keep it himself.
Shaw, the ball carrier.
Going to run into a whole bunch of white shirts. Gets back to the 14-yard line.
Zelenko on the stop for Berwick.
A hike to Show. Looks like he's going to throw. Tucks it back in. Takes off with the ball.
3rd down, 13.
And stuffed at the behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 13. Back to throw, and it is tipped.
Fowles pass is deflected and incomplete. It is 4th down.
Comets are going to have to punt. Defense holds for Berwick. Michael Show with some time. That one is deflected right there. And Berwick will get the ball back. Comets back to punt. That kick is nearly blocked. Short punt. Takes a Berwick bounce, going backwards, and they'll down it at about the 38-yard line of Abington Heights. So Berwick with good field position after the punt. Around about 7 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Some good action going on. We'll let you know that it's early in the season, so there's just football for a couple of days, a couple of weeks here. We've got this game today, then we're going to have the Shikellamy at Central Columbia football game for you on next Saturday. That'll be the 31st of August, and then the week after that, after Labor Day, everything else kicks into gear. We'll have boys and girls soccer and field hockey throughout the rest of the season as well. We hope you'll join us for all of that. Ryan Laubaugh faking the handoff, gets it to Aiden Mason. Mason gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Terry on the stop for the Comets. No gain. 2nd down 10.
Got some good fans here at Abington Heights and some good folks helping us out, getting this game to you today. Randy Hanyon, the athletic director here at Abington Heights, helping us out, making sure we're all taken care of. 2nd and 10, handoff. And a big stop for a loss. Tegan Wilk with the ball. Met behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to have a loss of about 3, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 13.
Loss of 3 on the play.
So we'll see what Coach DeFrancesco and staff draw up for the next play. Berwick with a slim 1-point lead. Delayed handoff. And the Comets did not fall for that at all. Dropped the Bulldogs for a loss. 3rd and 13. Laubaugh takes the snap, back to throw. Looking with some time, keeps it himself, takes off with the ball a little. Tries to get it outside.
Laubaugh's pass incomplete. Intended for Mason.
That'll bring up a 4th down, and Ryan Laubaugh is down. And that's a little early in the season to lose your starting quarterback. Well, hopefully he'll be okay. Looks like he might have just had the wind knocked out of him. It looked like Ryan Laubaugh was going to take off. He had a little hole right there. Then you had a defenseman step up. He had Aiden Mason out to the right, kind of flipped it out there. Hit hard by Matt Lestakis, Ryan Laubaugh, and he is down. So we'll take a little break and come back with more after this. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
The O'Neill's a magical place. We are the launch pad of the American theater. When a piece is with us, it is going next to stages in Hollywood, stages on Broadway, stages in London. We need to be connected to the world. What we wanted with programming required better connectivity. Atlantic Broadband was there from day one. It is key to have a provider that is reliable and creates bespoke solutions for our unique way of doing business.
And we are back. Ryan Laubaugh was down. Quarterback for Berwick for a little bit. Wind knocked out of him. And it's a 4th down for Berwick. And back at their own 46-yard line. Berwick is back to kick. And they get the ball away. Back at the 10-yard line. They're going to let it bounce. Rolling the wrong direction, and they will just fall on it.
Down at the 10-yard line where the Comets
and the Comets will take the ball over at their own 10-yard line. Again, a beautiful afternoon. The temperature is about 75 degrees, and for late August, on a Saturday afternoon, you can't ask for any better weather than that. Beautiful sunshiny sky, a lot of clouds in the sky, and a good afternoon for football. The Comets, coaching staff and team, talking things over on the near sideline. something around 5.5 to 6 minutes. Again, we'll explain this as we said before. The scoreboard here at Abington Heights is a classic, but it's hard to see when you're in direct sunlight, and the sunshine does shine directly on that scoreboard, making it very hard for us to see with our cameras, let alone with our human eye. So we apologize for that. Can't do anything about it, but we'll keep you up to date as to the time left and the scores as things go on. Once in a while, there's a cloud comes over. You can actually see what's going on. Well, we got a timeout on the field with another injury. So that'll give us a moment to take a little break and remind you of all of our great sponsors here of sports this fall on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10, including Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty. Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty. And we had a man down. Apologize for not catching that earlier. But they have since been able to get him off the field. And they're getting ready to get back to action here. Abington Heights at Berwick. The Comets with the ball back at their own 10-yard line. Third quarter action. And nothing doing. Quick handoff there from Michael Show to number 6, Matt Lestakis. And he will get nothing on that. We got a slow start here in the third quarter, much like the first quarter was in this game. Kind of a slow start. Play coming in from the sideline. Here's the second and 10 play for the Comets of Abington Heights. Michael Show at quarterback, looking to throw. Gets the ball away again to Corey Perkins, his favorite target this afternoon. Gets the ball up at the 17-yard line. 7-yard gain. That'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Here is Michael Show. Good screen pass to Corey Perkins. According to Berwick coach DeFrancesco, screen passes is kind of what Abington Heights is known for. And there you saw why. 7 yards. 3rd and 3. Show back on the shotgun. Looking to throw again. Ball is picked off. And it is a pick 6 for the Berwick area Bulldogs. Blaine Cleaver coming up with the ball. Michael Show tried to get it through his fingers. But Blaine Cleaver had his arms outstretched, was able to grab it and pull it down. And that close to the end zone, he just ran it right back into the end zone. And it is a 13-6 game. Berwick goes out on top. A pick 6 for the Berwick Bulldogs. Michael Show with an ill-advised throw. Cleaver, number 9, coming into frame, puts his hands up. It stays right there in his arms. He just pulls it back in and waltzes in for a 6. Extra point is up, and it is good, and it's a 14-6 game. Berwick on top. Blaine Cleaver coming up big on defense. Picks off a pass from Michael Show right here at the 10-yard line. Nobody even in front of him, and he waltzes in for 6 points. The extra point is good. It's 14-6. Berwick on top. Back with more after this on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever. It's harness racing at its best, September 1st and 2nd at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. 2-year-olds race on Sunday the 1st, and 3-year-olds compete in Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Monday the 2nd. Open to the public with free admission and free parking. Food stands will be open, and there's entertainment Sunday by Shannon with Tom and Randy, and Monday, the Greenwood Valley Boys. Proceeds benefit the Bloomsburg Fair Scholarship Program. That's the best in harness racing. September 1st and 2nd, starting at 1 at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Gates open at 11.
Gotta say, that was a big hit last year at the fairgrounds over Labor Day, and it's back again this year. This coming Sunday and Monday at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Gates open at 11. And the races, I believe, start at 1. But it's a lot of fun. You'll have a good time. And try to pick a winner. Berwick going to kick off after a pick 6. Back at the 11-yard line. Brought back. And a good run back. To about the 27-yard line, 28-yard line, they're going to say. We'll go back and show you the pick 6 again. Michael Show trying to get this over the head of Blaine Cleaver, but he gets his arms up. The ball winds up in his hands. He waltzes in for 6 points. The extra point is good. Berwick now leads 14-6 here in the third quarter of this game. And we've got about 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Show looking, getting chased, has to get rid of it. Bring up a 2nd and 10. Play coming in. Here's the 2nd and 10 play for the Comets of Abington Heights. A little under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Michael Show back to throw. It is caught by Robbie Horvath. Stale on his feet. Enough for a first down and a little extra. So the Comets stay alive with a nice job. It's Michael Show right here taking the snap. Robbie Horvath is intended to target all the way. Who takes it out to the perimeters. Little missed tackle right there. Stays in bounds. Finally pushed out at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Comets. That's when they go up into the air with it. And way over the head of Corey Perkins. Nearly picked off. A few steps behind as a Berwick defender. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Again, back at the 42-yard line of the Comets. The incomplete pass will stop the clock again with about 3.5 or so to go in the third quarter. Berwick now out in front by a score of 14-6, courtesy of a Blaine Cleaver pick 6 back at the 10-yard line. 2nd and 10 now. Show to throw again. They go across. In and out of the hands of Chris Wickenheiser. That'll bring up a 3rd down.
3rd down 10.
Another look at that play. Show trying to get it to Wickenheiser right through his hands. And again, you did have good coverage. Peyton Williams right there as well. But it would have been a slight gain. Instead, now it's 3rd and 10 as the Comets try to get that score back and get right back into this game. Show in the shotgun, goes across the middle, and nearly picked off again, and that one bounced off the hands of Wickenheiser. Receiver for the defense for Berwick couldn't get a handle on it, nearly picked it off again. And as it is, that brings up a 4th down, and the Comets are going to have to punt this one away. Across the middle. Back to punt. Good kick. Back at the 22-yard line, Tegan Wilk with the ball. Weaving his way through traffic. Still on his feet, breaking tackle after tackle, still going. And out towards midfield, Tegan Wilk with a great run back.
Tegan Wilk on the return.
Gets all the way back to the 48-yard line of Berwick before being brought down.
Colombo on the stop for the Comets.
Wilk takes this one back at the 22-yard line. Watches the traffic coming at him, starts weaving in and around. Makes his way through all traffic, breaking tackle. 1, 2, 3. Another miss. 4, 5, 6. Still going. 7. Finally brought down at the 48-yard line. So a big return. Little over 25-yard return for Tegan Wilk, and Berwick has the ball at their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Law ball and a handoff to Aiden Mason. Mason turns the corner, gets over midfield.
Mason, the ball carrier.
Brought down at the Abington Heights 48-yard line, so a 4-yard gain. Bring up a 2nd and 6.
Gain of 4, 2nd down 6.
Keeping the ball on the ground, keeps the clock moving. Mason right here breaks free of a tackle and rolls forward. Finally touched at the 48-yard line. 2nd and 6 now for the Bulldogs, leading 14-6 in this one. 3rd quarter action. Quick handoff to Eric Montez, and Montez still on his feet.
Montez, the ball
We'll see where they mark the ball. 41-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Stop for the Comets.
So he gets a 7-yard gain, enough for a first down for Berwick, and they'll keep the ball moving, and they go no huddle. Law ball again. Hands it off.
Montez, the ball carrier.
Montez gets another 4 yards or so. Here's Montez a moment ago, getting a first down.
Gain of 5 on the play, 2nd down 5.
And Eric Montez getting some work here in the 3rd quarter. Berwick with a lead and eating up the clock, keeping the ball on the ground. 2nd and 5. This is Blake Maurer.
Maurer, the ball carrier.
Gets out near first down territory. A little bit shy. Maurer looking for some room. Squeaks through.
For a first down.
And the referee says that is a first down, so they're out at the 31-yard line, and the Bulldogs are on the move yet again here in the 3rd quarter. Clock continuing to run. Ryan Lawbaugh at quarterback. Quick handoff to Eric Montez, who will get a couple of yards on that play. Bring up a 2nd down for the Bulldogs.
Gain of 2, 2nd down 8.
Montez getting some work here late in the game. 2nd and 8 for the Berwick Bulldogs. They're at the Abington Heights 29-yard line. Ryan Lawbaugh at the helm. He takes the snap, looking to throw. Rolls it out. He's going to keep it himself. Head for that sideline. Picks up maybe 3 on the play. Ball at the 25-yard line now. Bring up a 3rd down and 5. As Lawbaugh rolls out to his right, looking for somebody. Everybody's covered pretty well, so he just keeps it himself and steps out of bounds. 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs. Fake, trouble, and he has to throw that one away. And a flag comes in, could be intentional grounding coming up. No receiver in the area. And intentional grounding it is against Ryan Lawbaugh. And that'll mean a loss of down, so that should mean that they'll have to punt this one away. That'll bring up a 4th down. It was 3rd and 5. Lawbaugh looking. Defense coming on strong. Nowhere to go with it, so he just kind of throws it away, and that's intentional grounding. So it does back them up.
A 5-yard penalty and a loss of down.
To the 39-yard line. And it brings up 4th down and long.
Sheptock to punt.
So they are going to punt away. Sean Sheptock is back at the 48-yard line of Berwick. He will get this one away. Takes a little bit off of it to make sure it stays in. It bounces off of a Berwick player, and they'll down it at the 10-yard line. Jake Lanning will take that one down, and they're going to actually place it at the 14-yard line. It'll be a 1st and 10 for Abington Heights from their own 14-yard line.
1st and 10 from the
late in the 3rd quarter. Score is Berwick 14, Abington Heights 6. Abington getting their points in the 2nd quarter. Missed the extra point. Now a timeout is going to be called. And we'll take a break. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
And here we are back. Berwick at Abington Heights. Quick timeout. We're back to action. Ball is back at the Abington Heights 14-yard line. Berwick out in front in this one, 14-6. 1st and 10 for the Comets. Roll out and a pitch. And Berwick is right there. Looked like number 9, Blaine Cleaver, in on that one.
Long to the ball carrier. Cleaver.
Julian Blanco.
That will conclude the
third quarter is over. We heard the siren, so we'll take another look at that. It is Michael Show pitching out to Julian Blanco. Looks upfield, and it is Blaine Cleaver with the stop. And we'll head to the 4th quarter with the score, Berwick 14, Abington Heights 6. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10. Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you. For good, forever. And we're back as we take a look at the Abington Heights cheerleaders, keeping the crowd into the game here. Game is still within reach. 14-6 is the score. Berwick on top. 2nd and 10. They'll get the ball out to Robbie Horvath. Gets a big gain, out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
Williams on the stop.
And we've got another man down, so we'll take another look. Michael Show all the way to Robbie Horvath. Throws it to his outside. Defense for Berwick drags him down at the 23-yard line. So again, we got another timeout on the field. It's very early in the season. This is the first game of the season for both teams. So conditioning may be coming into play here. The defense for Abington Heights has been playing very hard throughout the entire game. So we got a player down for them. We'll take a short break. Come back with more after this. You're watching high school football on X90 Broadband Channel 10.
Against the Pacers, also where we welcome in Lisa Salters. I want to ask you, Lisa, Philly, I don't know what their approach is going to be tonight because this is a tough road test once again.
Yeah, Michelle. Well, think about this. The Sixers had...
What's that one, Dad?
That is Ursa Major.
Cool. Does Mom know we're up here?
Mom knows everything.
That is true. Mom does know everything. Don't forget that, kids. Mom knows everything. All right, back to action. We had an injury timeout. Player has been brought off the field. Fourth quarter underway. And we've got a quick stop by the Berwick Bulldogs.
Laskowskis, the ball carrier.
And Matt Laskowskis hops off the field, as you saw. Tries to break through, runs into a wall of white shirts. Grabbed there by Eric Montez, number 42 for Berwick. And then Laskowskis hopped off the field. Going to get looked at quickly and get back into action. And a whistle blows, play dead. And delay a game against the Comets. And a lot of back them up. We're in the fourth quarter. Ball is now back at the 24-yard line of Abington Heights. Comets are a young team. They went 2-8 last season. They are young, but they're getting stronger all the time. They had a good first half. Not too bad here in the second either. And a big hit by Blaine Cleaver. The pass to Chris Wickenheiser. He's get hit by Cleaver, and the ball comes out. We got Show throwing here to Chris Wickenheiser. Has the ball for a moment before Blaine Cleaver hits him and knocks the ball out of his hand. Third down coming. A couple of wide receivers, three in fact, out to the top of the screen. That's where they're looking. Ball is away. And it falls in between everybody. And that'll bring up a fourth down. Berwick will get the ball back in the fourth quarter, leading 14-6 in this one. Michael Show looking. Trying to go deep with this one. Getting some pressure. Kind of out through everybody. So Michael Show showing that he does have an arm. Just a junior. And a bobble. Ball's loose. Berwick is going to recover the fumble on a punt.
Fumble on the play, recovered by the Bulldogs.
Anthony Sisko, number 99, falls on the ball down at about the 15-yard line.
Berwick first and 10 from the Comet 15.
So that puts them in a bad position for Abington Heights. Good position for Berwick. That ball is bobbled right there by the punter. Ryan Lawbaugh coming in, getting the ball away, and finally they just fall on it. And Berwick has the ball first and 10 at the Abington Heights 15-yard line. Lawbaugh takes a snap, looks, goes outside, sliding is Tegan Wilk. Short gain.
Gain of 5, second down 5.
Berwick goes no huddle. Second and 5. Lawbaugh hands it off. Aiden Mason gets wrapped up quickly. 5-yard pass right here from Lawbaugh to Tegan Wilk. So look at some of the band and the cheerleaders here at Abington Heights. Having some fun. Lawbaugh right here. Handing it off to Aiden Mason, who was met quickly by the frontline defense of Abington Heights. Short gain. 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. Fake the handoff. Lawbaugh keeps it himself. Falls down at about the 2-yard line. That should be enough for a first down.
Gain of 6 and a Bulldog first down. First and goal from the
Again, Ryan Lawbaugh right here keeps the ball himself. Gets through some traffic. Gets tripped up, but he falls forward. Ball is at the 2-yard line. First and goal for the Bulldogs. Leading 14-6 in this one. And a touchdown, Eric Montez. His second touchdown of the game for the Berwick Bulldogs. It's a 20-6 game. Berwick out on top. Couldn't even tell if they handed that one off or not, but they did. Montez grabbing the ball, keeping on and falling forward. 2-yard run, touchdown, Berwick. They lead 20-6 in this game.
Hinkle to attempt the point after.
And the extra point's good. Make that a 21-6 game. Berwick out in front in this one in the 4th quarter.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure eight racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
And we're back to the action. Berwick about to kick off after their 3rd touchdown of the game. They now lead 21-6 over the Comets of Abington Heights. Montez will kick it off. Gets it up into the air. Picked up at about the 10-yard line. And getting back to off the 28-yard line, and that is where the Comets will get back to work and try to get back into this game.
Comets start first and 10 from their own 27.
As you heard, they'll be at their own 27-yard line. Michael Show at the helm for Abington. Quick pass over the head of Tegan Wilk, intended for Robbie Horvath, who had went straight ahead on that one. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Abington Heights back at the 26-yard line. Clock continuing to wind. I know you can't really see it, but it is working. In direct sunlight, it's kind of hard to see. Second and 10 play. Michael Show in the shotgun. Rolls out to his left. Gets the pass away, and it's picked off. And they're going to say it hit the ground. Blaine Cleaver thought he had it. Referee says it touched the ground. So it's an incomplete pass, but a near interception for the Bulldogs. Michael Show rolling out to his left. And right there, he couldn't quite pull it up. It did touch the ground. So it's an incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 2nd and 10. As Abington Heights starting to get into desperation mode. They need a couple of touchdowns here to keep pace with Berwick, so they need to get something started quick. And now we get a timeout by Abington Heights. As we take a look right there at head coach Joe Repshis and his staff. We'll take a break, come back with more of this. It's Berwick football on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10.
Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. Accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
And do yourself a favor, check out csgiving.org, the Central Susquehanna Community Foundation. Great people there. Big pass from Abington Heights, downfield, just out of reach of Corey Perkins, who has made a number of good grabs in this game for the Comets, but not that time. A little out of reach, and that'll bring a 4th down for the Comets. They'll have to punt this one away. Berwick in the lead in this game by a score of 21-6. And so they'll regroup here, and got another player down for Abington Heights. So that'll give us a chance to tell you about one of the great features of Atlantic Broadband Business Services.
The O'Neill's a magical place. We are the launch pad of the American theater. When a piece is with us, it is going next to stages in Hollywood, stages on Broadway, stages in London. We need to be connected to the world. What we wanted with programming required better connectivity. Atlantic Broadband was there from day one. It is key to have a provider that is reliable and creates bespoke solutions for our unique way of doing business.
All right, welcome back. Berwick at Abington Heights. 4th quarter action. Comets going to have to punt this one away. Deep in their own territory. Berwick out in front 21-6. In the last punt attempt by Abington Heights, the snap was fumbled and recovered by Berwick, and that led to their 3rd score of the game. This one drops Down at the 44-yard line, that's where Berwick will get to work. About 8 minutes on the clock, a little over 8 minutes to go in the game. Reminder, if you want a copy of this game on DVD, they're available, $25 each. Just send us an email. We'll send you back an order form, dfarley@atlanticbb.com, or go to the Atlantic Broadband Facebook page. Look for information about today's game, and there's an order form attached to that as well. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Berwick. Ryan Lawbaugh hands it off to Aiden Mason.
Mason, the ball carrier.
Mason gains about 4 yards on the carry.
Colombo and Hughes on the stop for the Comets. Gain of 3, 2nd down 7.
Berwick using that clock, letting it wind down. 2-touchdown lead. Aiden Mason here, working the ball over midfield. Gets 3. 2nd and 7. And you can see Ryan Lawbaugh there watching the play clock. Letting those seconds tick off. Another handoff to Mason. Mason breaks free with a big run, still on his feet. And Aiden Mason going in for a touchdown. Berwick going up by a score of 27-6.
52 yards.
A 52-yard run by Aiden Mason to put Berwick out in front. And that takes the wind out of your sails right there. Both teams getting a little tired late in the game. But to have someone rip off a 52-yard touchdown run, that will take the wind right out of your sails. Extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good, and Berwick now leads by a score of 28-6, courtesy of this 52-yard touchdown run by Aiden Mason. Getting outside, gets a couple of good blocks, a missed tackle by Robbie Horvath. A couple other players fall down as well, and he is home free. A 52-yard touchdown run to make the score 28-6. Berwick on top.
It's harness racing at its best, September 1st and 2nd at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. 2-year-olds race on Sunday the 1st, and 3-year-olds compete in Pennsylvania Sire Stakes Monday the 2nd. Open to the public with free admission and free parking. Food stands will be open, and there's entertainment Sunday by Shannon with Tom and Randy, and Monday, the Greenwood Valley Boys. Proceeds benefit the Bloomsburg Fair Scholarship Program. That's the best in harness racing, September 1st and 2nd, starting at 1 at the Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Gates open at 11.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
All right, we are back, and again, Berwick now out in front, way out in front, 28-6, courtesy of this 52-yard touchdown run by Aiden Mason. Kind of outruns everybody, breaks one tackle, but then the rest of the tackle, the team gets tripped up after that, and he kind of doesn't waltz in, but he sprints in for 52 yards. Berwick out in front by a score of 28-6. About to kick back off. Here's Eric Montez. 7:46 to go in the game. Berwick with a sizable lead. And here's a big run by Abington Heights. Number 2, Robbie Horvath, takes off with the ball. And he says, I'm tired of this. I want to get back into this game and get things going again. So he gets a nice run back. About a 40-yarder. Another look at that. Eric Montez with the kickoff. This one goes all the way back to about the 15-yard line. That is where Robbie Horvath picks it up. And he takes off down the near side of the field, across midfield, where he's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And that's where Abington Heights will take over, trying to get back into this game. Down 3 touchdowns now. Under attack. Show gets loose, has to get rid of it. Defense stepping up for Berwick on that. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Ball is at the Berwick 46-yard line. With the incomplete pass, the clock has stopped. Still about 7 minutes to go in the game. Show is back, rolling out to his right, gets rid of it. And it is caught by Robbie Horvath. Through the fingertips of a defenseman for Berwick. That'll move the chains.
Gain of 9, 3rd down 1.
And they're going to look like it was a first down, but the referees mark it back a little bit. You heard the fans say it was nothing. Now the head referee comes in and says, no, that is a first down. They'll move it up a yard.
First down, Comets.
Pass by Show goes through the fingertips into the hands of Robbie Horvath. Falls down at the 36-yard line, enough for a first down. High snap, get rid of it. And it's an incomplete pass to Corey Perkins. That'll stop the clock with a little under 7 minutes to go in the game. So again, feels good to be back on the football field. Fall sports officially underway here for Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. We do have a Central Columbia football game on tap for you next week, so we hope you'll get a chance to join us for that. You'll be able to see that on Saturday night, the 31st of August. 2nd and 10 pass deflected, but caught by Perkins. Down at the 22-yard line, good for another first down.
First and 10. Comets from the
Here's the pass. You're going to see the ball get deflected slightly, but there still was enough on it for the ball to be caught by Perkins. So Abington moving the ball nicely here. Hoping to keep momentum going and get another score here. Across the middle. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock. About 6 minutes to go in the game. Another player down on the field. Michael Show to Horvath, kind of in and out of his hands. As it is a second down coming up. Abington with the ball, driving, trying to get one of those scores back. Berwick in front, though, 28-6 as of right now, with about 6 minutes to go left in the game.
Achieving extraordinary results in a competitive market. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Helping generations of buyers and sellers with our relentless pursuit of excellence and proven track record. We specialize in all aspects of real estate, residential sales, rentals, property management, farm, investment properties, land, and more. Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. Buying or selling, let us help you with our award-winning sales and service. Call Century 21 Cover Bridges Realty. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization. With over 200 charitable funds, including the Berwick Health and Wellness Fund, more than $2.2 million in grant monies is awarded annually to local nonprofits and students to promote education, health and wellness, self-sustainability, recreation, and more. accredited with national standards for U.S. community foundations for having the highest standards for philanthropic excellence. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation is here for you, for good, forever.
Back from another injury timeout. Abington Heights moving the ball, hoping to get a score back here. Across the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Robbie Horvath.
Child pass incomplete, intended for Horvath.
Bring up a third down now.
Third down 10.
Ball is at the Berwick 22-yard line. We've got a 3rd and 10 situation for the Comets. Down by 3 touchdowns. Show with the ball. Looking. Lets it fly. Just out of reach. Good idea. A few extra steps, and that would have been a touchdown for the Comets. As it is, that'll bring up a 4th down. So Michael Show showing off his arm right here. 30-yard pass into the end zone. Unable to get there, though. And so that's a 4th down, and we'll see if they punt this or if they decide to try and go. It's 4th and 10. They are going to give it a shot. See if they can maybe come up with a 1st down. Get a little closer. Show is back under pressure, and he is sacked. Berwick defense charging in there and taking Michael Show down back at the 30-yard line. And that will make it Berwick's ball, 1st and 10.
Downs at the 30-yard line.
So a promising drive by the Comets comes up empty. But they showed signs of brilliance, some good prowess, some good athleticism. Eric Montez getting to Michael Show first. And the ball is about halfway between the 30 and 31-yard line. So that is where Berwick has the ball. With about 5 minutes and change to go. Ryan Lawbaugh will hand it off. A couple of yards on the carry. Alejandro Lopez. And Berwick again taking their time, letting that play clock wind down. They're just going to use the clock up here, run it out as much as they can. Alejandro Lopez. Got 2 yards on the carry, so it's a 2nd and 8 for Berwick. Lawbaugh hands it off again. Keep it on the ground.
Mason, the ball carrier.
Aiden Mason gets the ball up to about the 37-yard line. Still has about 4 to go. Bring up a 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs.
3rd down 4.
As they try to keep using that clock. They're ahead by 3 touchdowns at this point. Aiden Mason churning them legs. Finally brought down. About 5 minutes left in this game. And they tried to shake that one up a little bit to Alejandro Lopez, but the defense was right there on top of that one. And that will bring up a 4th down, so Berwick is going to have to punt this one away. They fake the handoff here to Mason, then hang on to it to Lopez, but by the time Lopez gets the ball, there's 2 or 3 blue shirts right there waiting for him, and they just push him down and shut him down, and that brings up a 4th down. They'll have to punt this one away. Sean Sheptock back to punt. Clock continuing to run. About 4 minutes to go in the game. A high snap. Sheptock is able to get the ball away. And they'll touch that about the 30-yard line, and that's where Abington Heights will get the ball. with about 4 minutes to play in the game, down 3 touchdowns, Abington Heights
First and 10.
will now get busy. Try to get at least one of those scores back if they can. The game's not over yet. Stay with us. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
Get ready for the 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th, featuring harness racing, a tractor and truck pull, modified truck, SUV, minivan, and figure eight racing, horse pulling, a demolition derby, and more. Plus, big names on the Weiss Market Grandstand. Rides and attractions from Amusements of America, livestock, agriculture, horticulture, rabbits, poultry, arts, crafts, and more every day. Buy all-day ride passes, concert tickets, fair admission, and for a limited time, buy your weekly badges for just $35 at BloomsburgFair.com. The 164th Bloomsburg Fair, September 20th through the 28th in Bloomsburg, Pennsylvania.
And can you believe the Bloomsburg Fair is less than a month away? It's about 3 weeks away. The fair is almost upon us. All right, Abington Heights getting to work. Down by 3 touchdowns. And they're going to air it out. They get the ball out there to Robbie Horvath, but it falls flat. Try to go outside with it, maybe turn the corner. Get a few extra yards. Ball will be placed back at the 30-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 now for the Comets of Abington Heights. Still about 4 minutes to play in this game. Michael Show at center for the Comets. Back to throw, quick one, and over the head of Horvath. That will bring up a 3rd and 10. After Labor Day, we've got some games for you here on Atlantic Broadband Channel 10. We've got Berwick at Benton boys soccer on the schedule. Again, this is all subject to weather. If it's bad weather that night, we won't be able to go out and do it. But we also have Shamokin at Central Columbia girls soccer and Weatherly at Votech girls soccer. That's all coming up after Labor Day weekend. 3rd and 10 for Abington Heights. High snap. Under pressure. Slow, and he falls down. And that's the way the game has gone here late in the game for Abington Heights. Just isn't coming together for them.
It is 4th down.
So they'll place the ball at the 17-yard line. It'll be 4th and long. And the Comets will have to punt this one away. Clock continuing to run. About 3.5 to go. And under pressure, they get the punt away. Kicker goes down and winds up in the stands.
Punt is out of bounds. Their penalty markers down.
And they ran into the kicker on that. We'll see. They rolled into the kicker after he had kicked the ball. Some discussion going on. And we'll see what they say. Bring into the kicker. And offsetting penalties.
Chop block against the Comets. Roughing the kicker against Berwick. The penalty's offset.
And again, a chop block and roughing the kicker. Right there's the chop block and running into the kicker. You saw both of those happen. That ball wound up in the stands. And so they will re-kick. Try to do it better this time. A little under 3 minutes to play in the game. Comets going to kick this one away. Sunshine back out here at the pit at Abington Heights. Again, a high snap. They get the ball away. Going to drop it midfield. That's where they're going to catch it. Called for a fair catch. And that is Tegan Wilk making the catch. They'll spot the ball at the Berwick 49-yard line. And that is where the Bulldogs will take the ball and try to hang on to it long enough to run out the clock. Put this one in the books. Berwick won this game against Abington Heights last year at Berwick by a sizable margin, 42-0. So this game, by all accounts, was better than that. The first half, it was 7-6 at the end of the half. And then Berwick was able to capitalize on a couple of mistakes. And that is where the score stands, 28-6 right now. Berwick on top. Ryan Lawbaugh coming out. And he will hand this one off to Blake Maurer, who will keep it on the ground. Gets about 5 yards on the carry, and it brings up a 2nd and 5. Clock is running. Kind of hard to see. In fact, it's just hard to see, period. It's a little over 2 minutes to go in the game. Berwick standing around, as you can see, and they're just letting the clock wind. They'll get to it. Trying to use as much of that clock up to get this game over with. Lawbaugh not in any hurry. Takes the snap. Quick handoff to Eric Montez. Tried to strip the ball. He's able to hang on to it. But they'll spot the ball shy of the first down marker. Bring up a 3rd and 2. And again, Berwick taking their time. No rush. If they can pick up this first down, that could conceivably signal the end of the game. They still got to let the clock run. Under 2 minutes to play now. Berwick needs 2 for the first down. Montez gets it and pushes his way forward, and he does. He gets the first down. They'll spot the ball at the 39-yard line of Abington Heights. And it's a first down, Berwick. And if they keep the ball on the ground here, let that clock run, this game should be pretty much over at this point. Ryan Lawbaugh, and they are in take a knee formation. They're waiting for the play clock to run down enough. And Lawbaugh takes the knee, and Berwick is going to run out the clock here and put this one to bed. Clock is still running. So not an absolutely perfect start to the Carmen DiFrancesco era, but a win is a win. And watching the game, you can see that the Berwick Bulldogs have some work to do yet. As do the Abington Heights Comets. And the teams are going to walk off the field, and that is going to signal the end of the game. And head coach Carmen DiFrancesco right there, DiFrancesco, gets his first win as the head coach of the Berwick area Bulldogs by a score of 28-6 over the Abington Heights Comets. Players will shake hands. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some highlights and a few final thoughts. You're watching high school football on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 118 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, every step of the way.
Your hometown bank, the first place to go for your big time plans. Together we'll grow every step of the way. First Columbia Bank.
All right, we are back. This one's in the books. Berwick gets their first win of the season for 2019 by a score of 28-6. Here are some highlights from the second half. Berwick ahead at this point by a score of 7-6. It's Abington Heights with the ball back at their 13-yard line. Michael Show will take the snap. He makes an ill-advised throw, tries to get it through the hands of Blaine Cleaver, but it goes into the hands of Blaine Cleaver, and he waltzes in for a pick six. The extra point is good. Berwick at this point up by a score of 14-6. Abington Heights on the other side of the field with the ball. having to punt it away, but the punt is bobbled. And you got Ryan Lawbaugh hitting the punter. Ball comes loose. Berwick falls on it. They get the ball back in great field position instead of a punt, and that led to a 2-yard touchdown run by Eric Montez. Works his way through the traffic, drops in there. Another 6 for Berwick. Extra point is good. At this point, it is 21-6, Berwick on top. Then, kind of sealing the deal, Berwick with the ball back at their own 48-yard line. It's a handoff to Aiden Mason. Mason works his way outside, avoiding a few tackles. He avoids Robbie Horvath right there, but then they all trip over Robbie Horvath, and Aiden Mason has pretty much a clear shot. 52-yard touchdown run for Aiden Mason. The extra point is good. The score at this point is 28-6. Berwick on top. And Abington Heights trying to get back into it. They weren't done yet. Even though they're down by 3 touchdowns at this point, Abington Heights with a big run back. Robbie Horvath takes matters into his own hands from the 15-yard line. Makes his way up over midfield. Was 35, 40 yards for a big punt return or kickoff return. Abington Heights here with a nice play, trying to get back into this game. Michael Show rolling out, looking to throw, gets rid of the ball through the hands of a Berwick defenseman, caught by Robbie Horvath. Nice job by the Comets. And one final play. Michael Show again looking. Going down again, that's tipped up. Winds up in the hands of Corey Perkins, who had made several catches today. But that's where the drive would end. The end of this one is Berwick 28 and Abington Heights 6 in the game. Berwick had 12 first downs. Abington had 9. Total yards for Berwick, 243 yards, 130 for Abington Heights. Aiden Mason rushed 11 times for 80 yards and a touchdown. Blake Maurer had 5 carries for 44 yards. Eric Montez had 7 carries for 26 yards and 2 touchdowns. Ryan Lawbaugh ran 9 times for 18 yards, and Tegan Wilk 5 for 3. Abington Heights, it was Julian Blanco running 7 times for 23 yards. Matt Listakis 5 for 10, and passing-wise, Ryan Lawbaugh passed for 73 yards in the game, and it was Matt Cho for Abington Heights passing for 148 yards and 1 touchdown. It was a good touchdown as well. Tegan Wilk caught 3 for 38 for Berwick. Sean Sheptock caught 2 for 23. Blake Maurer caught 1 for 12. Abington Heights, it was Corey Perkins catching 8 passes today for 92 yards. Robbie Horvath got 4 for 46, and Chris Wickenheiser caught 1 for 10. This one's in the book. Berwick goes to 1-0 on the season. And Abington Heights goes to 0-1. Berwick is on the road again next week at Pittston. That'll do it for us today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again for more high school sports in the coming days and weeks right here on Atlantic Broadband, Channel 10.
This Atlantic Broadband Channel 10 sports presentation has been brought to you by First Columbia Bank and Trust, helping communities prosper and our youth succeed for over 100 years. With you every step of the way, First Columbia Bank and Trust with 14 branches to serve you. The Central Susquehanna Community Foundation, celebrating 20 years as a regional philanthropic organization whose mission is quality of life in the Central Susquehanna Valley and achieving donors' intentions. Century 21 Covered Bridges Realty Incorporated, serving Columbia, Montour, and Lower Luzerne counties and featuring award-winning agents ready to help you buy or sell your property. The 164th Annual Bloomsburg Fair. Gates open at 2 p.m. Preview Day, Friday, September 20th, and all tickets for the Wise Markets Grandstand shows are now available at bloomsburgfair.com. And by Atlantic Broadband, your television, internet, and phone provider for the greater Berwick, western Poconos, and portions of Schuylkill County. Stay connected with Atlantic Broadband.